It's 5 p.m.
All right, quiet on the set.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live. Let's start the party.
Broadcasting around the world.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
This is your number one internet station. The music you love right here, right now.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
It's another live broadcast. Special edition. Now your hosts, Rob and Jerry.
Hey, well, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Whatever it is, it's all good because you guys are here with us and we're here with you on Polkas After Dark on Facebook Live and also on our
YouTube channel.
Yes, sirree. Hey, we thank you guys so much for stopping in. Hey, we got a great lineup today for you guys. We got a bunch of polka family music because we're excited. We're going to be interviewing Mr. Gregg T. Sajkowicz this afternoon at 5:30 or so. And he's going to be hanging out with us for a while. We want to say hello to a bunch of people that are in our chat rooms right now and also viewing, and that is, of course, Jeff Ronzak. Jeff and Gail are here. Also, Ivan Mayers, I think he's still in Colorado, so welcome to you, sir. Glad that you joined us. Jill Ulrich is here. We're going to say hello to you, Mr. Greg Schwoidak from WXRL's AM 1300 Polka Motion. We got some things we're going to discuss about another local DJ a little bit later on today. Hey, we're also going to say hello to Margaret Degnan, also to Edwin James. He's here. It looks like Maria A. Blasting, Musical Mark Swoger from the city of North Tonawanda. So guys, gals, whatever it is that you want to hear by Polka Family, we're going to try to play it for you as well as some other songs. But appropriate tune to start this thing out. Let's go polka dancing.
I'm gonna take you to a place where everybody's having fun. Friends have gathered round tonight, the party just begun. The smiling faces that you'll see will set your heart aglow. Say na zdrowie and jak się masz to people that you know. Come on girl, grab your shoes and let's go polka dancing, that's where we wanna go. Come on girl, grab your shoes and let's go polka dancing, idziemy tańcować. Come on girl, let's go polka dancing. So won't you come along with me, sweet baby, let's have fun tonight. We'll get together with our friends and stay up past midnight. While you can see the people dancing right across the floor. The band is hopping, crowd is stopping, play us just one more. Come on girl, grab your shoes and let's go polka dancing, that's where we wanna go. Come on girl, grab your shoes and let's go polka dancing, idziemy tańcować. Come on everybody, help us out here, let's go.
that's a little bit of Gregg T. Sajkowicz on the tubs there with Polka Family. Hey, folks, if you're just joining us, well, we want to welcome you here to Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition. We thank each and every one of you for stopping by here every weekend. And again, we're going to say hello to Mr. Ed Ryeski. He is here this afternoon. Brother Tommy Hoke down in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Hello to you. And oh gosh, let's see here. We also have Michael Duzinski. Michael, welcome to you. And Jerry, do you have any of the chatters over there on YouTube as of yet? I know we've got people on there.
We do have people on, including Donna Skachillis and Kevin Selecki.
Oh, wow, that's great.
That is great.
Donna Skachillis, of course, the wife of Eddie Skachillis, famed clarinetist, started out with the Dynatones and played a lot of gigs, as Gregg's going to mention a little bit later, with the Polka Family, and also Kevin Selecki, accordionist extraordinaire. We're glad that you decided to join us here too, Kev. And let's go with another polka tune by Polka Family. Here's one called the Dark Forest Polka. Hey, and Tommy Hoke just said, I'm hanging with Sam and the crew. So welcome, Sam and the crew. We haven't seen you guys in a while.
Naokoło ciemny las, naokoło ciemny las. Czekała tam Kasia na swojego Jasia. Czy przyjedzie z wojny czas? Czy przyjedzie z wojny czas? Czekała tam Kasia na swojego Jasia. Czy przyjedzie z wojny czas? Czy przyjedzie z wojny czas? Hey!
Hey, good afternoon to Paul and Delphine Kuhar out Michigan Way.
Jedzie mój Jaś jedzie, nie żałuje konika, a przy lewym boku świeczy mu się szabelka, świeczy mu się szabelka. A przy lewym boku świeczy mu się szabelka, świeczy mu się szabelka. O jedzie mój Jaś jedzie, przeżem go poznała. Wywija chustecznią, to co ja mu ją dała, to co ja mu ją dała. Wywija chustecznią, to co ja mu ją dała, to co ja mu ją dała.
Hey, well, we are excited that you're here, and we just love having you folks here on Polkas After Dark. Saturday evenings, normally from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time when we are available. And also on Sunday afternoons from 5 to 7 p.m., also Eastern Time. And of course at 5:30 until 6 p.m., we usually get a chance to talk with somebody very special and somebody who meant a lot to me over the years when I was playing with the Dynatones. And we used to share the stage a lot with the Polka family, and that, of course, is Mr. Gregg T. Sajkowicz. He's going to join us in just a little while. Hey, we're going to switch it up here and say hello and congratulations to a gentleman and young lady who tied the knot this weekend, and that, of course, is Brett and Heather Lewandowski. That's right. Hey, you know, Dad took the Mr. Lewandowski, a.k.a. Matt, took the award this weekend, this past weekend at the USPA, the United States Polka Association, for the best recording, and it's kind of not hard to see why. Here's one called Hooked on Polka Music. Hey friend Rosanna, hello to you and welcome to Polkas After Dark.
I finally found my drug of choice and I know I'll never quit. I'm hooked on polka music and I might as well admit I crave it several times a day, I never get too much. I feel good when I hear it, so I use it as a crutch. I thought about my habit and I've yet to find a fault. The price is right, you can't OD, and it ain't against the law. Anything you love this much, I guess, could be a sin. So just in case, I turn to chapter 7 now and then. I wake up every morning and hear my radio come to life with music from the favorite polka show. I know that I'm addicted now, but it's the path I choose. I'm hooked on polka music, it's the only drug I use.
Hey, a little bit of Matt Lewandowski and the Alliance, the award-winning recording over there at the USPA, the United States Polka Association, this past weekend. Hey, we're going to say hello to Mr. Mark Cohan from the Special Delivery Band. We've got a song coming up by them in just a little bit, but right now we've got another song that we want to play by the Polka Family Band, and here is one featuring Gregg on the drums and his good buddy, Mr. Kevin Selecki on the accordion. Here's one called Accordion A Go-Go. Check this one out. Oh yeah, the Polka Family Band entertaining you on this afternoon's Polkas After Dark. Hey, we want to say hello to Mr. Richie Arsenal. He's here. Also, Mark Snader, he is joining us as well. And Jerry, you said that you had some more people popping into the chat room over there at YouTube land.
Pat Buchek is here with us, as well as Donna Skachillis and Paul Romanowski and Kevin Selecki. We've got like a major
musician group over there from what you can see. Hey, you know, Pat Butzek, we want to say hello to you. Beautiful picture of your granddaughter. I'm so sorry that she pushed you down a flight of stairs and broke your leg, but hey, you know, that's what grandkids are all about. You know, they get in front of you or they push you from behind. Hey, Grandpa, watch this. Boom. You know. Hey, but Pat, we wish you a speedy recovery and hopefully everything will go well for you. Also, you said Mr. Paul Romanowski
He's here.
Is hanging out with you over there.
Yes, indeed.
Paul Romanowski, of course, the famed drummer and vocalist for the Michigan Connection a few years back, and also is now an IJ and has been for quite a while over at the PolkaJammerNetwork.org. You can hear him on Saturday mornings. He gets you up bright and early, and then also on Tuesday afternoons. he drives you on the way home. And speaking of, that's a perfect prelude to this. You know, you folks have probably seen something on Facebook today. We're not going to mention the station, but we would like for you to take a look at the Polka Motion. Now that's Polka Motion, all one word on Facebook. You'll see that our buddy Ron Dombrowski kind of got a raw deal out of this, and we're asking people if they wouldn't mind to either call up the station that he used to be on Sunday mornings. He used to have a show called Drive Time Polkas there. He still continues on WXRL on 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. But please make sure that you take a look at that. We'd love to have Ronnie back on where he needs to be, supporting local polka music here in Western New York and the Buffalo market. And we thank Mr. Gregg Schwoiduk, and we also want to thank Marty Biniaz for getting that thing going, moving it forward. Hey, speaking of moving it forward, here's something else that you guys are going to be interested in coming up real soon.
Hi, this is Richie Dombrowski of the Polka Country Musicians, inviting you to join us for the 8th annual Ocean Beach Park Polka Days, taking place at beautiful, sunny Ocean Beach Park in New London, Connecticut, June 21st to June 24th. Yours truly, the Polka Country Musicians, will once again be your host band as we bring you some of the nation's finest polka bands. This year, joining us at Ocean Beach Park Polka Days will be the Boys, Polka Family Band, Matt's All-Stars, the Dynabrass, Eddie Foreman Orchestra, The Beat, the Maestro's Men, Lenny Gamolka and Chicago Push, and making their first New London appearance, Wisconsin's own Live Wire. They'll all be joining yours truly, the Polka Country Musicians, to make this another great polka weekend. We'll get this party started once again on Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. on the boardwalk with PCM, and music will continue Thursday through Saturday in the Picnic Pavilion during the day and in the ballroom all evening long. For tickets, hotel info, and questions or any other additional information, please visit our website at www.oceanbeachparkpolkadays.com and follow us on our Facebook page, Ocean Beach Park Polka Days. It's going to be a great time at Ocean Beach Park Polka Days 2023, and we can't wait to see you all again. You don't want to miss it. We hope to see you all at the beach.
Make your plans now to join the International Polka Association on Labor Day weekend, September 1st through the 3rd for the 55th Annual IPA Festival and Convention. The festival returns to the Doubletree by Hilton Hotel, Pittsburgh Cranberry for 3 fun-filled days of polka entertainment. You'll be entertained with music by Lenny Gamolka and the Chicago Push, The Beat, John Goda and Gorale, the Polka Country Musicians, Klanik and Friends, the Polka Family, the IPA Tribute Band, Old School, the New Brass Express, the Garrett Titano Band, Tony Blazonczyk's New Phase, Focus, Dennis Plisky and the Maestro's Men, and the Cosmics Band. There will be a pre-festival welcome party on Thursday with Alex Meixner, a Friday morning golf outing presented by Jeff Yash, the 54th Hall of Fame and Music Awards banquet, pool parties, a polka mass on Sunday, the election of officers and directors, plus much, much more. For room reservations, go to www.ipapolkas.com/go/2023 IPA Festival. If you prefer to call to make your reservation, you can do so by calling the hotel directly at 724-776-6900, and be sure to mention the IPA attendee block for our special room rate. All rooms and rates are subject to availability at the time of reservation. For all the latest information regarding the festival, please visit our website, www.ipapolkas.com. It's going to be a fun-filled, fantastic weekend you don't want to miss. We hope to see you there.
And you're going to see everybody there, too. After the beach, they're going to head on down there. And I know we also have something that we are going to be mentioning a little bit later with the Summer Music Fest held by Mr. Mark Jansen and company over there in Frankenmuth, Michigan. Hey, once again, you're tuned to Polkas After Dark. We appreciate it. Mr. Bob Saharsky has joined the crew here, the club, I should say. Also, Don and Marina Kozak out there in North Tonawanda. Brian Kopka, he hails from Chicago, Illinois. Fabulous drummer as well. And we are going to say hello to another great drummer, Mr. Vince Sosnowski and his lovely Mrs. Marie. Hey, gosh, we've got a whole bunch of stuff coming up here for you. And we're going to make sure that we get a hold of Mr. Gregg T. Sajkowicz in just a couple of seconds here. Hey, that is the sounds of Polka Family. Gregg T. Sajkowicz on the drums, hammering away some really cool tunes for you guys. Great tempo, nice tempo, Mr. Mark Cohan had mentioned. And also, we're going to say hello to Mr. Stanley Zach. Sue Matashevich, she's here from the Massachusetts area. Let's see, did I miss anybody as I was going through here? I sure as heck hope not. And you did say something, Jerry, that Pat Butzek's granddaughter did not push him down the stairs.
It was his grandson.
It was his grandson. You know, it's leave it up to the guys to get into trouble. Hey, but Pat, again, we wish you a very speedy recovery.
And we know that's not what happened.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to let everybody know that we're joking around about that.
Yeah, it actually was his wife. But no, that's fine too. Hey, Donna Skachillis is here along with Mr. Kevin Selecki over there on
John
YouTube.
Butzek just joined us over
John
there.
Butzek too.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Well, he's going to investigate what happened over there.
Yeah, I
that's
think
good.
so.
Yeah, that's good. Pat, we're sorry that we're riding you so badly today, but hey, you should have been here last night. We could have rode you then too. Hey, Polkas After Dark, folks, is what you're tuned to here. We are excited that we have on our live line right now Mr. Gregg T. Sajkowicz, all the way from Connecticut. That's the way I used to remember it in school. How do you spell Connecticut? Connecticut. And I did it, and there's some things right now showing. We've got a bunch of pictures that Gregg was kind enough to send us, and we also stole a few too. But Gregg, can you hear me?
I got you loud and clear, Robin.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, thank you so much once again for joining us here on Polkas After Dark for an interview. You know, Gregg, you and I go way back as well. I want to say probably to the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Early 90s. Well, mid-90s. Early to mid-90s, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you grew up being the son of a fantastic drummer, Jimmy, and he, of course, played with the Dick Pillar Orchestra. Tell us a little bit about your stints out there in Ocean Beach, Connecticut, with Mr. Dick Pillar.
As a kid, that was actually pretty cool to actually take in that 11-day event to see all the bands coming in day after day and just being introduced to different styles and all the musicians coming through. Like I tried to take in as many bands as I could, and we were there every day, almost sun up to sundown. We basically lived at the beach out of a cooler. And it was just fascinating to me as a kid to just see all these musicians in one place and all the people from all over. It was crazy. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's amazing. And also, you hung out at the Pines Hotel, which is down in the Catskills.
Oh, yeah.
You also have performed with a bunch of different bands over your musical career, not just the Polka Family Band. But first of all, let's find out. We know that age 5 was kind of like when you really got started. So that's probably around when you heard your first polka, but maybe you also heard your first polka when you were in the womb, as a lot of people say. And you came out and boom, there were polkas in front of you all around. Hey, but tell us a little bit about some of the groups that you have had the honor and pleasure of performing with throughout the years.
So I started, as you just said, at a young age. And at the age of 12, I actually got to play my first gig at the Pines Hotel with the Memory Makers.
Wow.
Where Ann Slack and Marianne, they were both very, very nice to me. Always treated me like I was somebody, not like a little kid. And they would always welcome me onto the stage. And they had the wake-up party all the time at the Pines.
Okay.
So they would have me come down, and we would end up playing a few songs each and every weekend I was there. And then one time George Tokash could not make it, and they asked me if I'd be willing to play for that weekend. And at 12, I was like, heck yeah.
Oh, wow. Hey, let's go back a little bit. You played on Dad's lap at Polkabration under the big tent on the boardwalk. You know, these are things that I'm sure you can still relate to, still remember in your memory banks. But tell us what a rush that was, because I'm sure just as today, anytime somebody young steps on the stage, they get a round of applause. But it's amazing because how you have escalated your career, and we'll be talking about that. My ADD kicks in a lot during these interviews, so I'll be going back and forth, and I'll be confusing. So I really hope that you're going to bring me out of that. But tell us a little bit about what it was like to hang with Dad on stage.
It was actually to a little kid, it was frightening. Because it was one of those things where my grandmother, believe it or not, actually offered me this large soft serve ice cream if I would play a song.
No.
And I was kind of like, oh man. And I sat there and I thought about it, and I tried to sit on my dad's lap, and then I got off last minute before the song started. So my dad was like, oh my God. So he had to play. And then finally I had enough courage where I got on his lap. And Dick actually had no idea, to be honest with you.
Is that right?
Yeah. And they ended up counting the song off, and I sat on my dad's lap. I played the top half. My dad played the bottom half.
Oh.
And that's how it all started. And it just took off from there, getting confidence little by little, because as I started getting a little bit older, I would travel with the band, not too far, but mainly New England type stuff. And Dick would have me come up and play a few songs, and it just kept building my confidence and my ability.
Wow.
And, I was on stage with Gary Walensky, Greg Palmer, Karen Olszewski.
Oh wow.
Kevin Kraus, Kevin Adams. You know what I mean? And all these guys through the years, they treated me with the utmost respect. They never treated me like a kid. They treated me just like an equal, and that was awesome. That was a great way to learn.
We're showing a bunch of pictures too, and your bride Debbie is on Facebook. She's catching this, as well as a whole bunch of other folks. And we want to thank Debbie publicly for allowing us to kidnap you for about a half an hour or so. We're taking you away from her on a Sunday afternoon. I don't know if she's got her hands together saying, thank the Lord, or if she's really, really enjoying this interview, which I hope everybody does. And we also want to make mention that our Polkas After Dark is available on YouTube in the archives, so you can click on the word interview, and it'll take you all the way through all the different interviews that we have, including yours. After 7 p.m. this evening, it will be available. Hey, so you've also performed with a gentleman by the name of Eddie Skinger. Tell us what that was like.
So Eddie played with Dick Pillar as I was growing up. And so that's how I knew of Eddie. And obviously he was with Ray Henry prior to that.
Oh, yeah.
And Eddie was a fantastic musician and a fantastic gentleman. He had the most respect for me, which was awesome as a kid. Because as a kid, you kind of feel like the world's against you.
Oh, yeah. I still feel that way some days when I wake up. Yep.
And he actually, when he had his own orchestra, he needed a drummer, and I was 16 at the time.
Oh, wow.
And he reached out to my dad and talked to my dad, and I ended up accepting to come play with Eddie, which, again, I've known Eddie and his wife Sophie for a very long time.
Wow.
And I actually had the benefit of playing with him for a couple of years.
Oh.
And it was him, actually, that when Polka Family reached out, I sat and talked with him, because obviously he was the guy I was playing with, and he looked me dead in the eye and he goes, if you have that opportunity, you take it.
Oh, man. What a super individual. Hey,
Yeah,
from age 6 to 14, you were taking lessons with the Coast Guard band. Tell us a little bit about that, will you?
So, strangely enough, the gentleman that taught my father, Ernie Sajkowicz, from Waterford, Connecticut. He was the jazz drummer for the Coast Guard band.
Oh, wow.
He was still giving lessons, and my dad got me in with him, which was hard to do at the time. And he got me a slot, and I started taking off with him and really getting into the music aspect of drumming and starting to learn a little bit more in depth about reading and, doing more different stylistic ventures, I'll say, different kinds of music and where you could benefit the songs, and like how how you benefit the other instruments, and not just basic, here's a drum, beat it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
gave me more of the musical aspect.
So you can actually read music for drumming.
Yes.
Well, this concludes our interview for today, folks. We thank Gregg for joining us. And I hate you. It's a love-hate relationship, Gregg. I never learned how to read music. Shame on me, but a lot of the musicians that I do talk with over the years, it's nice to see that. And did I miss out on a lot of stuff? I probably did, but I also have enjoyed my musical career as well. Hey, tell us about all-state competition with the Southwestern Connecticut Symphony.
So that was a tryout. We found out, my dad found out, I believe through my drum instructor, Mr. Sajkowicz, and it was down in New London, Connecticut, at an old theater, and I basically had to go down there and try out to get part of the symphony. And I did that, and while I did that, they also had me do a competition because I could sight read. And you want to talk about being scared? That was a quick random play this. So I would play it, but then all of a sudden they would look at you and say, "Okay, here we go," and then they throw sheet music in front of you, and now you have to play it right then and there.
So you weren't able to preview that or anything. They just right off the cuff, boom, here you go.
Yes.
Oh man.
Yes. Yeah, it scared me. I'll tell you that much.
How bad? How bad?
There's a couple times I sat there and was like, wow, is this real?
You have recorded a bunch of, I want to even say maybe at the time, were you doing vinyl or cassettes, or has it always been CDs since you've been around?
It was CDs.
Okay.
I want to say the first one was CDs, and they did also a cassette tape.
Okay, gotcha. And that was with Eddie Skinger, right? Just Fiddlin'? Back in
that was my first
the
one.
90s.
Yeah, I want to say like 92 on that one.
Okay, all right, gotcha. And then also, where did you go from there?
So from there, we ended up basically, we were traveling, playing local, and then what ended up happening was Kenny Yash was getting ready to leave Polka Family.
Another great drummer.
Absolutely. And I always loved Kenny and Kenny's style when they were on stage, like the power he brought. And once I got word, Hank had me basically fill in back when I was 14 at the Pines Hotel.
Okay.
Gregg had a speaker that actually fell and hit him in the leg.
Oh.
So they had to take him out and get him checked, and they didn't have a drummer to finish for the night. So Hank asked Dick Pillar, and Dick basically threw the question over to my dad, and so then that's how I ended up on stage with Polka Family at the Pines Hotel, and we finished off the set, and I got to really meet everybody for the first time and talk. And then when Hank knew Kenny was leaving, he bumped into my dad and asked my dad, "Hey, is your son still playing?" And the rest is history.
Holy smokes. Man, that is fantastic. Now, I want you to go back into your memory banks. There was a location here in the Buffalo, New York area called the McKinley Park Inn. Gentleman by the name of Stan Kozak used to run something, and he literally loved Polka Family. You came to Buffalo back in, I want to say, 92, 93, somewhere around in there?
94.
94, okay. I was close. No cigar.
Yep.
And wow, that was that was something else. I remember being there. And also now your career was jump-started there. How long did you play with the Polka Family Band?
So I played pretty much the fall of 93 on and off as a tryout. And then I got officially hired at McKinley in 94.
Wow.
And I played until 2001, January 2001, and then that's when I had to kind of step aside and get on to other things.
Okay. Now, I am going to jump in here. Like I said, I'm all over the place with these interviews, and I usually have canned questions, but are drums the only instrument that you play?
For the most part. I mean, I can kind of like chord and stuff with the concertina. There is some footage out there, believe it or not, in the polka field of me doing that. But for the most part, yeah, I pretty much stick to the drums.
Okay, gotcha. And how about a regular job? You had said that you kind of stepped back a little bit. Was that because work was getting in the way?
Yeah, so as we all know, the band traveled a lot. And I mean a lot. We would be on the road from like Thursday and getting home midday Monday sometimes. And it made it really, really hard to have a full-time job or have a job that actually understood the amount of time you needed to get away.
Oh, sure.
So it kind of started weighing on me. I mean, I started when I was 18 with them pretty much. And then, it got to the point where I needed to make more money.
Oh, no. We totally understand that.
Yeah, so I had to kind of move on and get my career going and all that stuff.
Hey, with the Polka Family Band, tell us about some of the musicians that you shared the stage with.
Oh my gosh, there is tons, and that, Robin, I got to tell you, that had to be one of the coolest parts of playing at that time.
Yeah.
Because we had just lost John Fomenko. He was leaving to move up to Buffalo, New York, and start his life. And then Frank Kolodziejski was taking a step back and stopped playing for a while. So like I got to meet so many cool musicians from like Richie Tokarz, Gary Krupski, Jimmy Weber, Rick Vinicki, Keith Abertowski, Joey Sokol, Eddie Skachillas, Eddie Shevitz, Jackie Libera, Alex Meister,
Holy smokes.
Al Pitkoski, like Eddie Foreman, Jack Beachley, like all these guys I got to share the stage with and get to know on a personal level. And it just blew my mind to just have these opportunities with these guys. It was such a cool thing as a young adult,
Yeah. Now, Eddie Skachillas, tell us a little bit about him, because he was not just your, I know what you're gonna go at here. He was not just your average clarinet player or sax player. I mean, he just had a personality and the charisma of just biting into stuff. Always made you laugh. Tell me a little bit about a funny story with him on stage.
So we ended up, we were in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we had to do a TV show before we did the dance. So we're all setting up, and we're doing sound check and this and that, and Skachillas is good for a good practical joke here and there.
Yep.
So Scotch ends up talking to Hank and not paying attention. So I went and I used to have a hand towel that I would have tucked into one of the lugs on my floor tom to keep my hands dry.
Okay.
So I took it and I put it in the bell of his tenor, and nobody saw it. So then we're going to play Hey Cavalier. So right away you get the entry, the start to it, and it starts off with that low horn on the tenor where it goes ba-dum.
Yeah.
Except nothing came out. And so he's like looking all over the place. He's checking his fingering, and he's looking at Hank with this puzzled look, and Hank's looking at him, and we're still playing. So then it gets going, and he doesn't figure it out till the second round. And then he looks in the bell, and he sees the towel, and like Hank's dying laughing, I'm laughing.
Oh, that's priceless. Oh my gosh.
He had such a great sense of humor. It was awesome to be on the road with him. That guy is awesome.
How about with your buddy Kevin Selecki? He's here with us too today, and I'm sure you can share 1 or 2 or 12 or 15 stories with that clown. I mean, talk about an amazing musician, accomplished, but man, another guy with a huge personality and just a lot of fun to hang with.
Absolutely. Kevin is like my little brother, to be honest with you. It's like we had so many goofy moments on stage. Like if you look at almost all the pictures from back then with him and I mean, I don't think there was many that it's not him and I smiling, laughing at each other.
Yeah.
Just doing some uncanny stuff on stage, having a good time while we're playing. There's so many different stories with him.
Wow.
That we could actually probably do 3 more shows.
Yeah.
But one of the things that him and I liked doing, which was just, having a little bit of fun. People sometimes would get confused with him and I. So, like, I wore glasses at one point instead of my contacts.
All right.
So we would swap. We'd put glasses on him, and I would go out without glasses on. And we'd go out in the crowd, and everybody would think he was me and I was him.
Dear Lord.
and we just get a kick out of it. And I mean, we didn't let it run for too long, and then we'd
Sure.
explain to the people, so it didn't get out of hand. But it was just one of those things. Like there was many good times that him and I shared for sure.
Oh, amazing. And those are things that you can never replace.
Right.
Not at all. Hey, do you have a most memorable gig that you played on stage?
Absolutely.
Do you?
So this one's actually pretty cool. And again, I'm young at this time. I think I'm like 20 years old when this happens. So coming from Connecticut, New England, you got Happy Louie.
Oh, yeah.
So Polka Family being a big Happy Louie band, we were asked to back up Happy Louie down in Jersey at PNC Amphitheater.
Oh, wow.
And it was absolutely crazy because they treated us like rock stars, really. We came in. We had our own dressing rooms. They had catering. It was nuts. We went out. We played for about an hour and a half, and the crowd was responsive. It was a fun time. And then Louis, we backed him up for the next, I want to say, hour and a half. It was almost 2 hours. So we bring him out, and Joey Sokol's playing sax and clarinet on this one, and he comes out, and he's coming out like with this persona, like larger than life, like almost like this Elvis type, presence. Like it was just huge. The crowd erupted. We're playing all these songs of his, and we waited till halfway, I think it was, where we did North Shore, and like we finished whatever song it was. Crowd's yelling, everybody's on their feet. And then Louis turns and looks at me, and he's standing right in front of my bass drum, and he's like yelling right at me, "Go, go, go!" And I'm just like, oh, okay. So then I just started doing the runs and all that for North Shore.
Yeah.
And the whole entire song, he would come back in front of my bass drum, he'd look at me, and he'd be twirling his trumpet, just yelling, "Go, go!" Just the rush on that job was incredible. Like it's so in front of my brain, it's not even funny.
I really wish gentlemen like him were still around today, because talk about an interview. The guy would have probably thousands of things to say, not only about the musicians that played alongside him, but just the adventures with him and Julia.
Absolutely.
Oh, man, it gives me chills just to think of that. So, do you have any other favorite places that you've played throughout the United States or Canada?
So the number one place, which is for everybody, that's Pulaski.
Oh, Pulaski, yes. Pulaski, Wisconsin, you mean, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have never seen anything like that except for the good old days of Polkabration, where the atmosphere, and you're talking, so like you were out there the early 90s, mid 90s. We had like 10 rows deep behind the stage and 20 to 40 rows in front of the stage.
Sure.
Like it was crazy. And just the atmosphere, it's just like nonstop adrenaline the whole weekend. It is just crazy. And that was always one of my favorites and look forward to on the schedule.
Yeah, that's that. Of course, there, Seven Springs. You probably remember hanging out at Fedor's Grove once or twice down in Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. I'm sure that was another.
Absolutely.
That was another KA place, a kick, something that we don't usually like to say, but everybody knows what I'm getting at. And
Yep.
So tell us about a little bit more about your musical background. Who did you idolize? And you can't say dad because we know that's a given. But who did you idolize growing up?
So the main bands that I always would drop everything for to make sure, like when I saw them on the schedule of Polkabration, I made sure that I was there when Gomolka would come in, the Dynatones, Windy City Brass, and the Sounds. Like those groups, for me as a young kid, they just had so much power. Like the Lenny Gomolka version that I enjoyed the most was the one with AJ on drums.
Oh, yeah.
When they did the Polka Generation album.
Yep.
That group, to me, like, was just iconic. Like, I just had to watch them whenever they rolled to the East Coast. It was just huge. Dynatones was always my thing. When Livewire came out, my love for the Dynatones, like, as a kid, like, I needed to see them every time they came around.
Yeah.
Windy City Brass to me was just something that I don't even know who to compare them to, but just the musicianship. They were a surprise album that I had picked up that my dad had, and I remember listening to a few songs going, these guys are jamming. Wow. And then had the pleasure of seeing them live and just was jaw-dropped. And, of course, the sounds with Vinnie Bozzarelli on bass and the bottom end, listening to Ralph Sabatini crank it out on the drums.
Oh, yeah.
It was absolutely just explosive. It was so iconic. So like those guys were the ones I really kind of paid more attention to than most.
Yep. Now let's take a step back here again. When you're not listening to polka music, what kind of genres of music does Gregg T. Sajkowicz listen to? Was that a loaded question?
It is, because it's actually depending on what's going on at the moment and what kind of mood I'm in.
Okay. All right. No, I can relate to that, definitely.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm all over the place. It's kind of like what you were just saying with the interviews where you bounce all over. It's the same thing with me with music. I'll listen to, like, 80s rock, then I'll listen from 80s to 2000 country.
Okay.
Mavericks, big band stuff, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin.
Oh, wow.
Summertime, I love listening to 50s, 60s rock and roll. Like, there's just something about the summertime when it's like hot out and sun's out and you're just cranking to like Johnny B. Good. You know what I mean?
Wow. Oh yeah.
Just stuff like that. Anytime Deb and I go on a trip, I'll try to put on Frank Sinatra or Dean Martin for a little bit to kind of chill while we're driving and stuff. We went out actually to see Kevin Selecki for his birthday to surprise him last year.
His 21st birthday, yeah. Yeah, we were invited, but we didn't have the chance to get down there to celebrate his 21st last year. But
yeah, we gave him 21 shots, so he's good.
Shocker. Shocker. Oh, gosh. How about, how long has it been since you played? When was your last gig?
So the last official gig I had was with Polka Family. I played Ocean Beach Polka Days in 2015, and then Hank took me on the road for one more weekend out in Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
And then Dennis Politsky called me to do one locally back in 2000, I want to say 19, but we got to play one song, and we were in a band shell. And a storm rolled in, so they had to cancel the gig. So so basically the last real job was July of 2015 with Polka Family.
Oh, gotcha. I usually like to ask this, although a lot of people don't like to divulge that, and I understand if you don't. What is your bank routing number, your mother's maiden name, and no. Tell us a little bit about what you do for a living, Gregg.
So I'm a project manager with a construction company, local. We do anywhere from residential stuff to like changing a doorknob to full-blown big renovations, like $1 million renovations.
Oh, wow.
And then we also do commercial work where we're hooked in with a couple of the big commercial companies around here. I'm sure some people have heard of Electric Boat in Groton, Connecticut, where they make the submarines.
Oh, wow.
We do a lot for them. So, yeah, we keep busy. I just got promoted to vice president. So.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, honey, we're moving to Connecticut. Gregg just got a promotion to a VP.
That's great.
Of his company. And how soon can you pack your bags? And we'll put the house up for sale tomorrow, Gregg. That is so nice of you to offer. It really is. I mean, you've meant a lot to me, but this is just unbelievable. Thank you. Hey, tell us a little bit about some side stuff that you're doing, not playing, but you're a baseball director, right?
Yeah, so I actually was a coach for my daughter's softball team for years for Little League, and then I was also a board member. So then my son ended up getting ready to play for baseball. So then I gave him the opportunity to pick, do you want me to be a coach or do you want me to be a board member? Because I couldn't do both with my job. It's very demanding.
Sure.
So he basically told me he wanted me to do what I did for my daughter, which basically that was more behind the scenes kind of stuff to make the league better, and we did that. So I became the baseball director for his little league team, so to speak.
Wow.
And we keep building the league bigger, better. We had the most kids this decade, this year, come out for baseball, so that was a plus.
Nice, congratulations.
Nice.
What else do you do? I mean,
I race.
You race too?
Yeah, Wednesday
okay,
nights.
What are you talking? What kind of racing?
Track. So it's auto cars.
Wow.
Basically, it's a Saturn twin cam 4-cylinder that gets kind of beefed up, and we go on an asphalt track, a third of a mile, and every Wednesday night go out and try to do something.
Oh, holy smokes, that's huge.
Yeah.
That really is. Oh my gosh.
So when does he sleep?
Yeah, Jerry said, so when do you sleep?
Well, that's the problem now.
Jeez, oh whiz. Hey, you're enlightening us with a lot of stuff, buddy. I'm looking here at the clock. I've got 2 minutes to 6. Can we steal you for maybe another 5 minutes or so?
Absolutely.
Do you think we can do that? Because, man, you're just rolling along with this stuff, and I want to find out a little bit more. You've had the pleasure of performing with some great musicians, some quality musicians. You enlightened us with Eddie Scotch. Scotch. You also enlightened us with Mr. Selecki. But tell us a little bit about some of the other guys. You had mentioned Richie Tokarz, Gregg Crew, or Gary Crew rather, Gomolka. Tell us a little bit about some of those other guys, because again, Richie Tokarz, Gary Crew, those are all great musicians, but they also have a funny streak. And so share some of that with us if you wouldn't mind. Start with Richie.
Absolutely. So Richie, basically, I didn't know how to take him, you know what I mean? Because I hadn't really officially met him until he started coming to play a couple gigs.
Okay.
And one of the cool stories with him was we were getting ready to play Fedore's Grove, and he knew of some kind of restaurant that wasn't far from Fedore's Grove that he used to go to. Him and Zip used to go there all the time.
Okay.
So we're sitting there and we're listening to a cassette tape, and he stops Hank and I in conversation. He goes, "Wait, listen to this," and he turns it up, and I'm starting to hear the tape, and I'm kind of laughing to myself, and I'm in the back seat, so I lean forward, and he goes, "Listen to this." He goes, This is a kid. He's cranking, blah, 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 this and that. And he's like talking about it and talking about the moment. He goes, I asked Lenny, he goes, we could never figure out who it was and blah, blah, blah. And I stop, I go, it was me.
No. You gotta be kidding.
It was when they came out with Oh Baby Mine, like those years, and they were at Ocean Beach, and I sat in with them, and somebody had taped it. And he had one of the copies of the tape. And it was funny because the look on his face, he turns and just looks at me and he shakes his head. He goes, "You got to be kidding me."
Oh, that's amazing. How about Gary Crew?
So
another Buffalo musician extraordinaire that's made it big.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So Gary Crew, nonstop. Like your stomach hurts when you're around him. Just nonstop. So we were on a cruise ship. And me, Gary, and Richie had the room together. So a lot of people that don't know this, Richie was a chronic snorer to the point of if you ever laid next to a 747 taking off.
Jerry? Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
That was a Richie Tokarz moment. So then Gary didn't know because I didn't tell him. So Gary like goes and gets a roll of duct tape. And he doesn't tell Richie, so he takes a roll of duct tape, takes off about a foot's worth, and he crimps the end and he puts it against the wall. And anytime Richie would start snoring, Gary would reach up and tear off the tape, and all of a sudden Richie would stop.
Guess we're going out duct tape shopping.
Oh man, and it would happen like every night. And it was just non-stop between the two of them. It was so funny, and it was a great experience to room with both of them. I mean, it was just so much good fun in that room. It was.
Oh, holy
I wouldn't change it for nothing.
And do you have a favorite song? Do you sing at all?
I did.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, you can call it that, but I did. He used to have me sing Overnight, and then he would have me sing. Oh, geez, it's the Oberitis song there. Take My Heart Forever.
Oh, yeah.
So I would do those. Then that actually came about, to be honest with you, when Hank had laryngitis, and we were all like, uh-oh. And we were playing in New York, and we kind of were playing a bunch of songs that, instrumentals that you could get through the night with, but then all of a sudden you start running out, and you're like, what are we going to do? So Freddie actually sang a couple songs.
Okay.
And then that's when I started picking up some, and Hank realized I could actually hold a note periodically.
Wow.
So
nice. Do you have a favorite song that you like to play on stage when you performed? I mean, was there something that really lit your fire?
So yes and no, because it was kind of, it depended when it got pulled in the night. Mountain Park was always a fan favorite. Anytime I was setting up and stuff, people were already asking Hank to make sure that he was going to play it. And I enjoyed that one immensely, and it was just one of those things that you just got in the groove, and it would just become an explosive song to just push out, and just see the people's reaction was crazy.
Wow. That is fantastic. Okay, I'm going to hit you with 2 more questions here, and you probably know what they are. And that is, do you have a favorite breakdown story? Not mental breakdown or nervous breakdown, but do you have a vehicle breakdown story that you can kind of share with us?
We never really broke down.
Oh, nice.
I swear. And like I heard you ask, I forgot. I think it was Jeff Yashi you asked that one too.
Yes.
Too. And like we never really had one, because we had 2 vans. So if something happened, we just all got in the other one and took off.
Oh, that's right. That's true, because Gus and Nellie used to travel in one with some of the family, and then I almost forgot about that. Holy smokes!
Yeah.
Now come to think of it,
we were very fortunate. Never really had any incidences when I was there.
Good deal. Hey, and in closing, first of all, Gregg, I want to tell you how much I love you. I've respected your playing all these years. I thank you so much. Jerry and I want to thank you for spending time with us this afternoon. And again, thank Debbie and the kids for allowing us to take you away from all of that for a little bit. But
I appreciate that.
In closing, can you tell us, what would Gregg T. Sajkowicz tell someone today if they came up to him and said, hey, I want to play in a band? It could be any musical instrument, and maybe they just want to sing. What advice would Gregg give them?
Play from the heart and practice. That would basically be my 2 real pushes, because the reason why I got to where I got was because I really loved what I did.
Yeah.
And I felt it. I had the right people around me to nurture me in those aspects, to kind of push me in the right direction. And if you respect the music will respect you back.
Man, that's nice. Very well said. Hey, Gregg, thank you so much for taking the time on Polkas After Dark for this interview today on June the 4th, 2023. Again, folks, it's available on Facebook Live. If you go to our video section, you can just click on the Gregg T. Sajkowicz interview, or what's best is you can go over to our YouTube channel, and if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel as of yet, please make sure that you do too. Polkas After Dark, and then click on the subscribe button, and we'd love to have you as a member. Hey, again, Gregg, thank you so much. Until we meet again, buddy, Godspeed to you, and I hope everything goes well in everything that you touch and do.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate it.
You
All
have
right,
a
buddy.
wonderful night.
You got it. Take care. Thank you so much. Hey, folks, that was Gregg T. Sajkowicz, the famed drummer for a lot of groups, but primarily the Polka Family Band. And here's one called Everybody's Dancing.
Let's dance.
Hey, that's a little bit of Polka Family. Everyone's dancing. We thank sincerely Mr. Gregg T. Sajkowicz out of Connecticut for joining us this afternoon, this evening on our broadcast here on Facebook Live and also on our YouTube channel. Hey, folks, if you're looking for something to do around the July portion of this year, this season coming up, well, we've got something that we want to tell you a little bit about, and it's about the Buffalo Polka Booster Picnic. And here you go. Hey, the Buffalo Polka Boosters want to remind you to save the date for the Buffalo Polka Booster 53rd Annual Summer Picnic. That's coming up July the 23rd, Sunday afternoon from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Fontana's Picnic Grove, located at 2299 Clinton Street in Buffalo. Music by Focus the entire afternoon. You don't want to miss it. Food served from 3 till 6 p.m. Enjoy your favorite beverages, too, at the 53rd Annual Summer Picnic held by the Buffalo Polka Boosters.
Save the date.
Save the date.
Save the date. Save the date. Hey, yeah, definitely save the date. Jerry and I are going to be there as we always are. This is going to be our 13th venue together over
13th picnic together.
I can't believe that.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
13th picnic venue.
Yeah,
Picnic.
because that's how it all started.
Yeah, tell everybody about that.
So the Buffalo Polka Booster 53rd Annual Summer Picnic will be held Sunday, July 23rd, 2023 from 2 until 7 p.m. Music will be provided by Focus. I got a few other things going on for Focus that I want to mention in just a bit. This one's going to be at Fontana's Picnic Grove, 2299 Clinton Street in Buffalo, New York. Food will be served from 3 to 6 p.m. That includes hamburgers, hot dogs, polo sausage, and salads. Bring your own pitcher for beer. There's this nice little truck you can go up to get your little pitcher filled up. There's also water and pop
Is
available.
that manned or unmanned? Do they?
Last year it was manned.
Okay.
Usually we just walk up to it ourselves. So
and just hit the
just hit the little
the
thingy.
tap.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thingy is called a tap on a
The
beer
two people
truck.
were very nice that were there. And saved me from making a mess, so that was good. It is one price for everything. Pre-sale tickets for members only are $25 until June 30th. So we're coming up on that.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, we're coming up on that.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't believe
crazy.
it's June already. At the door, it will be $30 for members and guests. Children up to the age of 12 are free. You can give Chris Tansky a call at 716-771-1076 or Barb Morose at 716-668-2694. It is recommended to get
Pre-sale.
advance tickets is what
Pre-sale,
I wanted to say.
Pre-sale advance,
Yeah.
advance tickets.
You know what I mean.
it is.
Get advance tickets so that we have a count for how many of you will be joining us.
Well, good. Hey, speaking of Buffalo Polka Boosters and Buffalo Polka shows, we mentioned Mr. Greg Schwoidock earlier, of course, Mikey Pasheb on WXRL, Ron Dombrowski on WXRL, and we just got a text from Ronnie D, and he said he will be back next week, Sunday, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Yay.
Yes, on that
Go
station
Buffalo.
that everybody knows and loves for polka music here in Western New York, the Sunday morning show on WECK. Hey, Jerry, we're going to say hi to, we got a bunch of people that came in during the interview, and thank you guys for hanging around. Tim and Marianne Kreenan, Rob Mazer from the Polish Newcastle Radio, Jill Czerniak out in Ohio. Hey, Loretta Curtis-Mackle, Chris Curtis, we want to say congratulations to somebody that tied the knot yesterday.
Awesome.
And that, of course, is Vaughn and his lovely bride, Erica. Congratulations to them.
Yay.
They tied the knot. Was just a great event from what you guys were saying, and we thank you for that. Also, it looks like Jerry Polinsky is tuned in. Hey, Jerry, you got to get a hold of me. Take a look at your private message, because we want to have you come on and talk about your career with the band, and also talk a little bit about your sis. Hey, we're going to also say hello to Ed Mularge. He is here this afternoon. Chris Bukowski, welcome to Polkas After Dark. Alice Fischler, Steve Gramala down in Dunkirk. We know he's a faithful listener and watcher and tunes in every chance that he can. Gosh, Alice Fischler in Canada. I think I mentioned her a little bit earlier, but if I didn't, well, I did just now.
Sousa has just joined us.
Oh,
Hello
Sousa.
to you.
Hello to you and Tim. That's Sousa Howard, of course, and Tim Howard. And let's see here. Who else do we have? Jan Dressler, Christine Halchuk. She had mentioned that they just got back from the seeing the Polka Family Band in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. We hear that was a great event. They do that. They played like the last 40 years there. And she ended up going up on stage and playing the cowbell for that song.
Oh, cool.
Great, really nice. Hey, let's see. Vanessa Nemchek, she is here. Chris Roush, thank you for tuning us in. Raymond Bujiwick Jr., of course, Ivan Mayers, Dan Leskevich. Gosh, we got a whole bunch of people here, folks. Liz Juba, welcome. Hello to you, dear. And also our buddy Rob Milka out there in Michigan.
He said he's having a little bit of problem with bad phone connection, but he is doing his best to tune in.
Oh, well, good. Well, good. And we love that we have reconnected again after all these years. Rob, a great polka fan out there in the Michigan area. And, you know, everybody is going to be heading over to the event for the Summer Music Fest. And but Jerry, you have a couple of things that you want to make mention
I want our
locally
local
here that's going
people
on.
just to get an idea on what's going on, like this week and the upcoming weeks. And I'm trying to save as many as I can off of Facebook as I see them. So if I don't have your event, I apologize. This week on 6/6, the Buffalo Touch will be playing at Old Man River at 375 Niagara Street in Tonawanda. On the 9th, New Direction is playing at Dunkirk Pier, which is a Friday night. We're going to head down there.
Yep. We'll be down there hanging out with Steve.
Absolutely. It's from 7:45 to 10 p.m., so it's way after work time. On the 30th, Focus is going to be playing at the Hurdle Home Consignment, where you can shop and eat, and I think there's some beverages there as well. It's a free event to get in, and they have a bunch of other things going on there.
Ooh.
That's from 6 until 9 p.m. On July 11th, New Direction is going to be playing at the Cheektowaga Senior Center.
Oh.
That is on 3349 Broadway in Cheektowaga, and that's from 6 until 8 p.m. Then they do have a concession stand opening up with like hot dogs and stuff at 5 p.m.
Oh, good.
On the 19th of July, Focus will be playing the Canal Fest.
Ooh.
From 4 until 7 p.m.
Oh,
so the
that's-
Canal
that's
Fest is back.
always fun.
That is awesome.
That's always
and
fun.
one more by Focus, just because I happened to see it today. They will be doing a Miss Buffalo boat ride.
Oh.
It will be August 7th, and there are more details that will be coming.
All right.
Those are just a few. I will be scouring, or better yet, band leader, somebody send it to me so that I don't have to search. That would be awesome, because we would like to get a screen up and at least put it up there and let everybody see what's going on.
Okay. Hey, guys, gals, thank you so much. Polkas After Dark is what you're tuned to. It is now 6:18 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be here till 7. Hello. Let's see here. Oh, Lisa and Gregg just chimed in from the Ville. They said it's a beautiful day here, and they are having a lot of fun. They wish everybody a great week ahead.
Hi everybody, this is Ryan Joseph from Four Strings Attached Tours. Welcome to Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. This tour has been 15 years in the making. We're just so excited to have our friends and family in polka music here.
I've got this rhythm starting in my feet, and it starts each time I hear a polka beat. I feel just like a king, I wanna dance and sing, so everyone can share the fun with me. And suddenly I find my radio is dialing into every polka show. I'll chase away the blues, put on my polka shoes, and dance to all my favorite polka tunes. Another polka rocking weekend, a Nashville polka weekend. We can party till the weekend's through. That's the craze.
As a professional musician and educator who moved to Nashville 15 years ago, I've seen so many cookie cutter experiences, so I saw a need for authenticity. The goal of Four Strings Attached Tours is to give you an authentic experience in Nashville that you will have for the rest of your life.
And polka fever takes you by surprise. Move over, rock and roll. Polka fever's gonna grow.
We will show you what it's like to be a professional musician working in Nashville. And we will even include surprises and once-in-a-lifetime experiences that you cannot get anywhere else.
Friend, I say to you, with this statement very true, a weekend's not complete till you go to another polka rockin' weekend, a Nashville polka weekend. We can party till the weekend's through. That's the craze, it's the new trend, a Nashville polka weekend.
We look forward to seeing you soon and welcoming you to our family here in Nashville.
That's the craze, it's the new trend, a Nashville polka weekend, a polka weekend just for me and you.
Hey, and that is going to be an awesome time. You guys definitely have to make it a point to at least call, check out the information for it. And right now, we also want to make mention of something else that's coming up in August.
It's time to make plans for the Summer Music Fest in Frankenmuth, Michigan. Hi, folks, it's Mark Jansen. That's right, join us August 8th through the 12th for Summer Music Fest 2023. 5 days with some of the nation's most popular polka bands, including The Boys, Molly B and Squeezebox, Polka Family, Polka Country musicians, John Gutta, Stephanie, Jimmy K's All-Star Band, The New Brass Express, and Lenny Gomulka and Chicago Push, with special guests Didi Ogrodny and Ryan Joseph. Lenny will be recording Lenny Live 2, held in the huge 28,000 square foot Harvey Kern Pavilion with the biggest wooden dance floor around. Music, drinks, food, friends, and fun are all part of Frankenmuth, Michigan's #1 tourist attraction and one of the nation's premier polka events, the Summer Music Fest. For all the information, go to frankenmuthfestivals.com or call us at 1-800-FUNFEST. The Summer Music Fest in Frankenmuth, Michigan, August 8th through the 12th. The Summer Music Fest is brought to you in part by Drury Hotels and Fabiano Brothers.
Oh, nice. Well, Mr. Jeff Yash says he's on his way back from Johnstown, so he's taking us for a ride.
Yay.
Safe travels, buddy. Hey, you know, we're going to be telling everybody about a huge event coming up. You know, if you joined everybody last year for the New Year's Eve event, well, let me tell you something. You are definitely going to be in for one whale of a good time again this year as we celebrate New Year's Eve 2023 going into 2024. And we'll be telling you all about that. We're going to try to get a whole bunch of people on board. We're going to be doing a lot of advertising for that coming up soon. We're just waiting on some media information to hit our way. But once again, we thank you guys ever so much for supporting polka music, not only here locally, but also everywhere across the United States and Canada. The trips that Mr. John Gura sets up, you know, it's amazing stuff. And polka music is happy music, which everybody knows. And right now, let's go ahead and bring up a song by Miss Stephanie, America's polka sweetheart. Here's one called Life in Chicago.
Ludzie tu Chicago, Poleczkę tańcują,
Yes-siree, America's Polka sweetheart, Stephanie. Yeah, I see it's snowing out there. Boy,
What?
look at that. It's
Where
like,
the heck are we?
Like we're in Alaska or something. No, I don't think
Is
it
it like
snows in Alaska.
subliminal that you want it to be cooler?
Yeah,
Or
well, I
is
just
it-
turned on the air conditioner, so that was kind of nice. And Dave Jank always makes fun of our air conditioner. He says, "Oh, you guys have air conditioning? Okay, that's nice." Hey, once again, folks, Polkas After Dark is what you're tuned to. Yeah, we get a little bit goofy here. Once again, for Jeff Yash and all the guys and gals that are heading back from the Johnstown location, the event, that they got the chance to hear the boys. And also, hey, we mentioned Mr. Kevin Selecki earlier. We not only mentioned him, but also Mr. Gregg T. Sajkowicz had mentioned him as well. So what we're going to do is play one off of Kevin's Selective Sounds recording. Here's a little bit of Rosie Posey. KS Mr. Kevin Selecki, one called Rosie Posey. Hey, let's change it up a little bit. How about a nice obetic medley from the Polka family?
Czyja ta dziewczyna, co powodem idzie, ładnie się ubrała, pewnie moją będzie, ładnie się ubrała, pewnie moją będzie. Czyja ta dziewczyna, czyja ta, co ja do niej chodził, siedzimy 3 lata, co ja do niej chodził, siedzimy 3 lata. krzaczka do krzaczka po listeczku. Powiedz mi, maluba, owijaneczku, ja ci go nie wziął ani nie ukradł, tylko ci maluba no modę upał. Ja ci go nie wziął ani nie ukradł, tylko ci maluba no modę upał. Jak żeś się w staweczku nóżki myła, to żeś go do wody upuściła. Ja ci go nie wziął ani nie ukradł, tylko ci maluba do wody upadł. Ja ci go nie wziął ani nie ukradł, tylko ci maluba do wody upadł. Razu jednego wieczoru było co koło drugstoru. Chłopcy sobie w powszech stali i dziewczyn się wyśmiewali. Jeden tak mówi drugiemu, co on widział drugim domu. Jak ma tak ciężko pracuje, córka ludziomność patruje. Chłopce, chłopce, uważajcie, co mówicie. Chłopce, chłopce, dziewczę się nie wyśmiewajcie. Chłopce, chłopce, uważajcie, co mówicie. Chłopce, chłopce, dziewczę się nie wyśmiewajcie.
Hey, how about a little bit of special delivery, keeping it with the Obedic tempo? Here's one called Young Wife.
Gdy żona jest młoda, a mąż już za stary, to młoda żona patrzy na dolary. To młoda żona patrzy na dolary. Nie jestem za stary, ale jary. A młoda żona patrzy na dolary. A młoda żona patrzy na dolary. Nie będę miał więcej, nie kręcę gitary, bo młoda żona patrzy na dolary. Bo młoda żona patrzy na dolary. Stary czy nie stary, lecz serce mam złote. Ja sobie gwizdę, kiedy mam ochotę.
that's one by special delivery, one called the Young Wife Obetic. Hey folks, if you're looking for something to do in the next couple of weeks, well, actually, it is after.
It is more than a couple of weeks.
It's after the Buffalo Polka Booster Picnic.
It is.
Because the Polka Booster Picnic is in July, and we just want to make sure that we mention this and invite you guys to an event that is coming up that the band 7 is going to be performing at.
Buffalo Bison Polish Festival Night, August 15th, 2023 at Salem Field. Pre-game party starts at 5 p.m. with Buffalo's newest, hottest polka band, and that is 7. Entertainment includes the Krakowiacy dancers. I'm going to get that at some point.
Yeah.
Polish dancers. And then there will be an awards ceremony. Honoree of the Year is Sister Mary Jonas, and most of you know her from the Response to Love Center. And the Community Leadership Award is going to Robin and myself for Polkas After Dark. We are so honored for that. First pitch is at 7:05, and it is against Syracuse Mets. Group tickets are only $8.
That is a $9 savings, folks.
Absolutely.
$9.
There's going to be Polish food for sale. I believe there is even some Polish beer that'll be available. You can reach out to Chris at 716-771-1076. Again, Chris's number is 716-771-1076, and she will be able to reserve tickets for you. Join us.
Yeah, and we'd love for you guys to join us and also join this band for the pre-game show. Hey, here's a band that you're going to see on December 30th in Ohio, Independence, Ohio. We're going to be telling you a little bit more as the time gets closer. Here's The Project, a little bit of Separate Ways polka. This one's off of their First and 10. All the guys are going to be there from the original band. Hope you guys can join us.
The more I think I know, the less I do. I guess I need a change of attitude. So many times I thought that I knew best. Guess I'm no better than the rest. The hands of time have proved that I was wrong. So I tell you in this simple song, I'm not asking for your sympathy. I just want you here with me. There are times I know maybe I should go, and other times I should stay. We ought to work it out, see what true love's all about, or go our separate ways.
Hey, good afternoon, good evening to the retiree, Mr. Marion Sikora. Hello to Janet as well.
Everybody's gotta sing their song
do what they feel, even if it's wrong. And if you're thinking that you know best, then you're no better than the rest. Maybe time will wipe your tears away, and we can show our love a better day. If someday life should bring us to our knees, then we'll need some company. There are times I know maybe I should go, and other times I should stay. We ought to work it out, see what true love's all about, or go our separate ways.
Is that going to be a fun New Year's Eve, December 30th and 31st in Independence, Ohio. And folks, we are going to be telling you a lot more about that throughout these upcoming weeks. And maybe we can talk Jan Sikora and Marion onto taking a ride out there and celebrating New Year's Eve. That would be a first. Celebrating a New Year's Eve with Marion and Jan. They can get Karen and Jerry to take a ride out there too. We'll be telling you all about.
There's so many activities that go on during that.
He'd love
days.
He'd love the winter Top Golf.
Top Golf.
Yeah, that's nice. And hey guys, gals, let's see. You had mentioned that Mr. Vince Sajkowicz.
The name of the band is Bob Coe Band.
Okay.
COE.
All right.
And they are playing
where?
Paisley Park Benefit Show from 2 to 8 p.m. at the Juan Dodge VFW post from 2 to 6 p.m. And it's a free event. They're also playing... Okay, so I'm confusing things. Paisley Park is from 2 to 8, and the Juan Dodge VFW is from 2 to 6.
I think it is. Wyandotte,
it could be.
Maybe.
And that's 2 to 6.
Okay.
That's where I was confused. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, that'll be nice. Hey, folks, if you want some information, why don't you friend Mr. Vincent Sajkowicz, Vincent. He's going to be mad that I'm giving that out. But friend him, and you can find out a little bit about his band. It's not a polka band, but they play some really cool stuff.
They do play some
and
cool
last
stuff.
name is Sosnowski. So that's Vincent Sajkowicz. Make sure that you Facebook friend him and ask him a whole bunch of questions about that upcoming event, and he would just love to get a chance and see you guys there and say, hey, we know you from Polkas After Dark, Vince. And I'm sure he'll take his lovely wife Marie with him, and you can meet her as well. Hey, we've got a song coming up by the Buffalo Concertina All-Stars, a.k.a. the Concertina All-Stars. I think they dropped the Buffalo thing because they've got some guys coming in from all over now. It's not just the guys from Buffalo.
Very talented musicians.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun hanging out with them at the USPA. Greg Schwoidak, Joe Rindak, Dale Voidilla, Gary Crew, Andy Kaczmarski. Andy, we've got coming up on an interview.
Wonderful.
Dale Voidilla, we're still trying to persuade him. I think we're going to have to buy him an ice cream or something and make sure that we get him on. Andrew Kaczmarski, Gary Crew, we got to get a hold of Gary, and we're going to be doing that. We got a whole bunch of people that are going to be coming up on future broadcasts here, and let me see if I have the information right here in front of me, and I do, and I'm going to splash it to the screen right now, and splash, there it goes right there. So you just heard today from Gregg T. Sajkowicz from the Past Polka Family Band. Also coming up in the future is Mr. Donnie Tomko. We had him scheduled originally, but we had to back out because it was Father's Day. Mother's Day in June.
Mother's Day, Father's Day.
Yeah,
Father's
Mother's
Day's
Day, May.
in June.
Yeah, Father's Day is in June. So we're going to kidnap him at some point. We also have Andy Boychek that is going to be joining us on August the 6th. He, of course, played with the Big Steve Band, the News, also currently with the Band 7. On August the 20th, we've got Kelly Grahowski from Michigan. He's going to join us. We had mentioned that we have the lovely Irene Yarosh that is going to be joining us from the Soundabouts, and she just turned 80 years young. God bless her. She loves to play the accordion, and her hubby Bob did a fantastic job. We're going to be getting a chance to talk to her. Also, Rhonda Lukowski. Hey, if you see Rhonda, we've been trying to get a hold of her. She's kind of like underwater. She's not able to reach us. And we also have Danny Matea that's going to be coming on from the Downtown Sound, and of course the IPA Tribute Band, Kevin Altenberg from Freeze Dried, and of course the Beat 3.0, and we mentioned Andrew Kaczmarski from Focus, the Buffalo Concertina All-Stars, and Crusade. So those are just some upcoming folks that are going to be joining us. Mr. Paul Kuhar. We did mention Mr. Paul Kuhar, Michigan fan extraordinaire. Paul and I go way, way back to the 1970s. Yes, he's old, and so am I. But it's kind of funny because we even got a chance to talk a little bit at the USPA convention and festival this past Memorial Day weekend, and I know it is going to be a lot of fun with that. Hey, folks, we've got about 12 minutes yet to go. Here's the Concertina All-Stars as promised. Here's Mr. Gregg Schwoidak on the vocal. If you were out at the USPA, he was the guy wearing the gold sequin vest. Or no, jacket. It wasn't a vest, it was the jacket.
Something old and something new, something borrowed, something blue.
Hey, hello to Tom and Sharon Golden.
By the bride. Well, I'm not old, but I'm not new. I'm so sorrowful and blue at the message that I carry deep inside. They say a stitch in time saves 9, but there's no one saving mine. For the kind of love we had is hard to mend. There's no exception to the rule, so I guess I'm just a fool. This is the last time that I'm going to bend. Save a penny earned is a lesson that I learned, but the nest I made for us is all but gone. I've dotted I's and crossed my T's just to make you part of me, but honey, now I know that time is done. Well, tomorrow's another day, and I'll find another way to give that wheel of chance another spin. So I guess that I'll laugh last as I put away the past. I'm waiting for my good luck to begin.
the Concertina All-Stars, all the way out of Buffalo, New York, and surrounding areas. And we want to thank Mr. Gregg for all of the little promotions that he gives us throughout. Hey, once again, talking about promotions, we got to talk about this guy. We mentioned it at the beginning. We mentioned it towards the middle of the broadcast. And those of you that know Ronnie Dombrowski, WECK, just announced, and Ronnie announced that he will be back next week, Sunday, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., folks, isn't it amazing what social media can do? And we are so thankful that he will be back in the driver's seat again. We want to thank ECK for making that decision and bringing him back to Western New York for polka music. And it's going to be a lot of fun, tons of fun. And, you know, another guy that we have a lot of fun with, and he calls every once in a while, or we call him every once in a while, but Tommy Hoke down in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. Brother Tom and Sam and the crew. Here's one for you guys. Here's one by Eddie Blazonczyk Sr. and the Versatones. No, it's not Polka Hero, Tommy, but it is one called Angeline, Be Mine. Hey folks, also if you're interested in going to that Buffalo Bison baseball game coming up on August the 15th, it's a Tuesday evening, starts at 5 p.m. Jerry throws out the first pitch at 7:05. You got to be there. Get your tickets. Let us know if you're interested.
I've got a girl that loves me so. Her name is Angeline. She always hugs and kisses me. She's sweet and cute, and she's all mine. She always hugs and kisses me. She's sweet and cute, and she's all mine. Oh, Angeline, you are an angel sent from up above. You're my happiness and joy, and the only one I love. Angeline, you're all mine. You're the sunshine in my life. In a year or two, you'll be my loving wife.
Hey, for Mr. Dan Sajkowicz down in Florida, old-time friend, we miss you, buddy. And Jerry, I think what we're going to have to do is hop on a plane and get his shirt to him.
Okay.
More than likely, we're going to have to get it back at least in his closet before he wakes up tomorrow morning.
Okay,
hey, thanks for the use of it, Dan. Eddie Blazonczyk Sr. and the Versatones from the Live and Kickin' CD. Here's Ryan and Dee Dee.
Hi, this is Ryan and Dee Dee O'Grodney in Nashville, Tennessee.
And you're watching and listening to our dear friends Robin and Jerry
on Polkas After Dark.
We love you guys.
Hey, we love you too, Dee Dee and Ryan, and we know a lot of people are going to be seeing you this year at the Nashville trip that you guys are promoting. It's a big deal. You guys got to get a chance and go down there if you haven't been. And even if you've been down there and you're into polka music, but you weren't there last year, try to head on down because the side things that they do apparently is amazing. the stuff that
Plus
stuff that
Frankenmuth, right?
And Frankenmuth, that's right. They're going to be there with Lenny Gomolka and Chicago Push doing Lenny Live #2. That is going to be huge as well. Hey, Blender Bob, let's see. He said, she is sweet and she is all mine. Bob, please don't let Betty see that post. I'm going to erase it right now. He said, thank you so much for last night. Is that to you or for me or what?
It's definitely to you.
I don't remember being with him last night. Was
were
I
talking to
that
him,
drunk?
though.
Was I that drunk? So that's,
were all sober
that's
last
right.
night.
We were talking to him.
Yes.
Blender Bob, of course. Okay. Oh, that Bob. All right. I get it now.
Oh, my.
Hey, guys, we love you. Thank you so much for tuning us in. As Jerry and I always say, if you've been listening in your car,
Thanks for the ride.
you're tuned to Polkas After Dark. We love having you here on board with us on the weekends. And please make sure that you do get a chance to join us again. You know, we're going to finish out the broadcast once again with a live and kickin'. Here's a song called At the Square. Here's Eddie Blazonczyk, a double header. We'll see you guys next week, Saturday, right here on Polkas After Dark, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for a lot of fun and craziness right here on Facebook and also
YouTube?
That's your cue. Okay, so let's try this again, like we practiced it. Okay.
Well, I always keep wanting to say the other one, so then I have to
the other one.
Yeah, the
Oh,
other
our
one.
broadcast
so
link?
then I have to stop
Uh-huh.
and think before I say it.
That's what you should have said when I asked you to be my girlfriend 13 years ago. See?
Did you ever ask? I don't think you ever asked me.
Oh, I didn't?
No.
Hey, you know, we're going to be celebrating our 13th anniversary. If you guys want to come and share our 13th anniversary with us, no gifts or anything like that. Your presence will be a gift enough. But join us at the Buffalo Polka Booster Picnic, because that's where Jerry and I are celebrating year 13. Can you believe that? 13 already.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot is right. Hey, here's one called At the Square. Have a good week, everybody. Hey, good night, Chris and Sandy. And everybody here in the Polkas After Dark chat rooms, Facebook Live, and also YouTube.
Hej, na środku rynku stoi tam latarnia, 50. numer, to nasza kawiarnia, 50. numer, to nasza kawiarnia. I tam w tej kawiarni muzyczka pięknie gra, i tam mój kolega wesoło zaśpiewa, i tam mój kolega wesoło zaśpiewa. Jak my się tu zeszli, bawmy się wesoło, bierzmy się za ręce, obróćmy się w koło, bierzmy się za ręce, obróćmy się w koło. Czyjaś ta dziewczyna, co ja z nią tańcuję, jak się z nią wykręcę, to ją pocałuję, jak się z nią wykręcę, to ją pocałuję.
Okay, folks, that's all there is. There is no more. Well, I lied. Hey, we've got Mike and Tammy Soich. They just logged in here. Hi, guys. Also, it looks like Kayla Marie is watching as well. So we're going to play just one more tune here as we slowly vacate the premises. Yeah, you guys know me. I love this band. Always loved this band. Here's the 7th Yellow Sun. Here is Freeze Dried.
Well, I've just seen the 7th yellow sun climbing up the mountainside. We had a drink, slid back down. He asked me if I'd seen his bride sitting around to let him know